Hello. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Level with Us, and I am your host, Brad Talton, and the angel on my left shoulder here is Joshua Van Lanningham, our project lead, and on my right shoulder is Marco DeSantos, our community manager. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves, Josh?
Hi, I'm Marco DeSantos,
No,
also known as Community Manager.
yep, that's this one. Josh.
Hi, I'm Josh, also as Ithri, the project lead.
Yeah, and these two are joining me here today without video for various reasons. And we're going to talk about the state of Level 99 games and what we are doing these days and what is new and exciting. So, yeah, Marco, why don't you take it away?
What? Why? What? Nani?
Oh, I don't
Why
know.
don't I what?
I don't know. I don't know where we're going with this. This is you know. All right. So this week, I'll do my best. This week, we are going to talk to you, answer some of your questions about the state of Level 99 games, and we're also going to tell you about what we're doing right now and what our timelines look like for projects later this year and that are currently ongoing. So,
Sure, sounds good.
yeah. So right now,
All right, you want me to start?
um, start what? Go
You want
ahead.
me to start by saying that we just recently announced a very interesting game,
Yeah.
one called the Bullet, which was made by one amazing guy, a really cool guy, Brad. Do you
Yeah.
agree?
Yeah, this guy over here on this shoulder, is the designer of Bullet as well, and the project lead for Bullet, and is here to answer some more questions about Bullet. So, Josh, why don't you give us a quick overview, elevator pitch, 30-second. What is Bullet, and why do we care?
Sure. So, Bullet is a shoot 'em up game where you take the role of a heroine and you try to survive as long as you can against the other heroines in the game. It's a press your luck game with some real time elements. You basically place bullets into your board, you use actions to manipulate them, and use your patterns to remove them from your board and send them at your opponents. And so that's kind of the general flow of the game.
Yeah.
It's real quick, plays in like 15 minutes, and there's 4 different modes. You can play from anywhere from 1 to 4 players. So there's a lot of variety in the
Hmm.
box.
Well, and the game is, yeah, like you said, inspired by the shmup genre, but implementation wise, it's also quite similar to the puzzle genre, and so there are a lot of
Yeah,
inspirations.
it's a
Like,
puzzle game. It's
yeah,
a shmup themed puzzle game.
yeah. So if you like shmups, but if you also like puzzles like Puyo Pop or what's the Magical Drop or Puzzle Fighter, those kind of things, you'll probably find something to love in Bullet as well. So we've done a
Yeah.
few live plays of it already if on this channel. So if you check our past two episodes, you can see me and Marco play a free for all game, two player, and play against a boss. Those are both interesting watches,
Right.
and yeah, you can
Mm.
see what the game is about, what the play is. But if you want to try it yourself, you can join our online community and you can play it for free right now online on Tabletop Simulator. So I'd encourage everybody to give it a try. The Kickstarter is coming soon, and it's great to give it a try first and see what you think of it. It's a rare opportunity on Kickstarter these days to be able to play a full game before you commit to it. But we want to give our fans that opportunity.
Yeah, for sure.
We can
We've
mention when
we've
the Kickstarter is, right?
Yeah, we've announced
We've,
a date. Yeah, that's on May 19th that it'll be launching. I'm also really excited. I got word today. We have officially signed a Spanish language licensor for this game, so there will be a Spanish edition of Bullet as well that'll be available. So
oh,
yeah, yeah.
nice.
So that's coming up,
that's great.
and yeah, it's going to be pretty neat. Hopefully, we'll be able to announce some other international editions at the same time as we launch Bullet. So working on that these days. That's my main job. but yeah, so Bullet, another Kickstarter, and we have three Kickstarters that we're currently, in progress of fulfilling. So I wanted to talk a little bit about those and let everybody know what what we have remaining, where we are, and why we feel confident to launch a new project at this time.
Sure.
So yeah, so Josh, why don't you like, just give us a quick rundown of project status? Well, I guess I'll start with Imperial because that's mostly my domain. But Imperial is in Europe. It is preparing to be fulfilled. Our fulfillment agency believes that they'll have it out next week. There were still some more delays due to staffing for the fulfillment agency, so they were supposed to have it out today, but again, with being on reduced staffing due to mandatory closures and work from homes and stuff, it's going to take a little bit longer. But we are on track to have it out. They've already been paid to get it out, and they've already got all the addresses, so it's really just a matter of physically going over and doing the thing. But Imperial should be in everybody's hands well before Bullet begins. So that's going to be totally taken care of. And then, um, yeah, tell us a bit about BattleCon.
BattleCon. BattleCon's been very, very fun, but I believe we have everything at the printers right now. We just got some white proofs in, right?
We've had the white proofs for a little while now. Actually, it's been
Oh, that's
a few
great.
weeks, and yeah, we've done all of the proofing. So not only is it's actually at press, everything is in production cycle right now, and we're waiting on
Well,
final
except
Yep.
for Grand
copies.
Chronicle.
Except for Grand Chronicle, yeah, we're still doing the final editing on Grand Chronicle. But aside from that,
All right.
we're really just waiting on the final game to be done, and that to ship
Right.
that over.
Josh and I spent quite a lot of time doing those proofs, so hopefully everything turns out great. Can't wait to see some of the final proofs. I'm gonna be really interested.
I'm excited for the fourth edition. I think it's gonna be quite cool. The updated boxes look really slick. New components are great. Game boards. Oh man,
The new
finally
boards.
real game
Oh,
boards in BattleCon. How many years have we waited?
for stages in BattleCon, very,
Yeah,
very long. I'm so excited. The base arts, the alternate base arts, are like so good.
yeah,
Like, oh
super
my
fun.
gosh, visceral bases and mage bases are. Mwah. So I can't wait to put that into some of my kits. And our last project that we're all still waiting on is Millennium Blades Collusion. So, Josh, can you collude on me on that?
Right. So, in my spare time, I'm basically every waking second that I'm not helping out with the Bullet Kickstarter, I am doing a damnedest to get Collusion
Yeah,
finished.
family friendly.
Um,
Family friendly.
doing my darndest. Sorry, asterisks.
My
Um,
my goshest.
right.
Oh my
Golly
gosh,
gee willikers. Um,
Josh, darn
so
it.
currently, all of the mini expansions associated with Collusion are press ready. They're not at press yet. We're going to be sending those all at once Collusion is done. Collusion itself, all of the cards are done with editing. I'm just doing some final data entry on those. And after that, I can finish up the rulebook and the dividers and a couple other miscellaneous bits with Collusion. So once those are done, everything will be press ready. We're also in process of getting a white proof for Collusion to make sure that the box works. So hopefully that will come through without any major issues because the storage box is like a big deal with Collusion. So you got to make sure it works right.
Yeah, of course, of course. Yes, the white proof is the big major step, and I actually did get. I talked to the factory today, and they said the white proof should be with us by the week after next at the latest. So
Oh, good. Well,
yeah,
cross your
so we'll
fingers
have that
then
quite soon.
on that.
Um,
So yeah,
for
Collusion
collusion,
should be at press sometime in early May.
yeah. So
Uh,
so our plan is to have
and
collusion
then,
completely, basically out of our hands and onto our partners before we begin Bullet. And with that said, um, our Kickstarter commitments are caught up, and we feel confident that we'll be ready to start Bullet and to do and to give that our full attention. So yeah, so we're ready for the for a new project. We've actually been working on Bullet a lot. Unlike a lot of our games, which kind of I should say we get to the point where we're ready to show it off. we've gone a bit further with Bullet, and Bullet is mostly press ready, minus the few pieces of artwork that are outstanding and the graphic designs, which are outstanding. But
Right. I can talk a bit about that if you want,
yeah,
since
let's
I'm
talk about it.
project lead, so I know the status of everything in
Yeah,
theory.
tell us where
Um,
Bullet is.
so Bullet is mostly done. Asterisks. The testing will be done in about a week or so. The art we're about halfway done with. We're waiting on a couple of boss arts and some promotional arts as well. And the graphic design we're about, I'd say, halfway done with. So we're hoping to start on the graphic design in May and finish it by June. And if everything lines up correctly, hope we will have Bullet at press by about August, September, barring any like major issues. So
Yeah.
that's the plan currently.
Yeah, and I should say too that with this project, we're not doing any stretch goals. There are no stretch
Right. So we kind of
goals.
baked all the stretch goal content into the base. Right. There's boss modes from the get go. Oh, there's 8 heroines. There's all this kind of cool 10 wooden bullet, deluxe bullets,
Yeah,
whatnot.
yeah. I mean,
So that way, we know everything up front. We don't run into a collusion or a battle situation where we
or an
promise a bunch of
imperial
stuff and then it takes
situation
us
where we have to
years.
design an entire expansion.
Right. And if people that might be a little skeptical of no stretch goals, if Bull does well, of course we're going to make expansions and
Yeah,
whatnot.
we'll just
So
get to Bullet 2 faster. So,
Electric
right.
Boogaloo Bullet 2.
yep,
I
Yes.
don't know about that.
Bullet 2. Bulleter.
The
Faster.
expansion does have a tentative title, but since
Yeah.
it's not
Oh.
confirmed yet, I won't talk about it.
well, I mean, we could say what the tentative title was, right? It was Bullet Star, isn't
Right.
it?
Well, for which expansion? No, it's not.
Oh,
See,
okay.
this is how much you don't pay attention to the projects.
What do you mean,
There's
Josh? Okay.
Ooh.
there are
Ooh,
two. I'm
the
actually
call out.
in my spares time. I'm developing expansions for Bullet just in case, and there are like 1.5 expansions planned,
Okay.
not tested, of course.
But the
So
characters,
One
the
of the
characters
expansion
go on
names,
for and on.
one of the expansion names is the Outsiders. The other one is unannounced because I can't talk about that other expansion.
Ah,
Right.
yes.
Yeah, because
Bullet
we.
Shrek.
I mean, Bullet
Right,
is
Bullet Shrek.
a what do you call it? Bullet is an engine, not just a game. And so, if it does well, then it makes a lot of sense for us to take some shmup licenses and bring them to Bullet. So, I think
Right.
that
Right.
yeah, we hope to get there eventually, but we don't want to talk yet about who we're talking to.
Who we may or may not be talking with.
Yeah. So, but anyway, that's the state of Bullets. We're in a good place there. We're actually going to get the white proof for Bullet next week. At least we're scheduled to receive the white proof for Bullet next week. So we're way ahead of the curve this time. We're getting the Millennium Blades Collusion white proof a week after the Bullet white proof. So to tell you how far ahead we're thinking with this game. And not doing any stretch goals really allows us to do that early, which is nice.
Yeah. I think that's a big thing, right? It's a big step for us.
Getting a project done when we say we will. Yeah, I'd say so.
Oh,
Man.
Rather,
the
not even that. Just
self-burn.
making realistic estimates, right? Yeah,
Right,
something
right.
that-
I think the estimates
sorry,
we
I think
made are
that's-
realistic for a game with no stretch goals.
right, and that's the thing about Kickstarters, right? The estimate is always the base game. Right? If we unlock, 6 mini expansions worth of stretch goals like Collude, basically it's going to take us a little bit longer to get that out the door. But
Yeah.
it is getting out the door, and it will get out the door, and you guys will receive all of your cool stuff
right.
eventually.
Yeah, sooner than later. Now that we've got it all to press.
Yes. So I'm really happy that most of our projects are coming into a head. And again, this is all part of that general restructuring of the company that we did, right? Like, so instead of having all of us split our attention between all of our projects, we were just like, hey, let's just all work on things, and bam, 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 and they've all started like very Tetris-like, bullet-like falling into place. I think some of Michael Robles asked, what are some of the planned rewards for Bullet? Can we talk about those?
Yeah, we can
On
talk
this
about the pledge
stream?
tiers. So
Can we
there's
talk
one.
about prices for pledge tiers?
Well, those are still under construction. But I can tell you what the pledge tiers are. There are 3 pledge tiers. One pledge tier You get a letter from us and a signed prototype card from Bullet's many secret
Illustrious
years of
history.
development. Yeah, illustrious history, which Josh, actually, if you want to learn about Bullet's illustrious history, Josh has posted a blog series. I think the second one comes out tomorrow about all the past versions of Bullet that we tried, and we tried many past versions. And so you'll get one of those. That's the base tier, or the I say like the thank you tier, right? Um, so the main tier, get the game. That's pretty straightforward. You get a copy of Bullet, and you get that thank you letter with the prototype card. Pretty nice. If you back the project in the first 72 hours, you also get a poster. So we have an early bird reward this time. It's nothing gameplay related, but it is a cool bonus for being there on day one. So that's pretty exciting. And then,
The poster in question is the Mariel versus Senka art. Yes.
yeah, it's the same one that I think appears as the cover of this video. So yeah,
Cool. So if you thought that was cool, then that's cool.
yeah. So you can get that poster. And then finally, you can get the game with deluxe wooden bullets. So these are big thick wooden pieces with ink printed onto them and sealed in place. Those are gonna feel really nice. They move around the table really nicely. They're kind of like the disc duelers discs. If you've got the good fortune to play disc duelers way back in the day.
Brad Pitt go clicky clacky? Yes or no?
Yes, they definitely go clicky clacky, and they shuffle in the
So
in
good.
the token bag just like you'd expect. But yeah, so that's so those are the three tiers. We talked about a couple other tiers, other things we could do, but ultimately decided we want to keep it real simple. We might add one more thing before the project comes out, but I don't know. I'm not
We'll
certain
talk
about it.
about that.
Yeah,
Maybe.
we talked about
Brad,
making like a tier with like some kind of high end collector art print on it. Something
all
that's
right.
commemorative to the project. But yeah,
So, chat asks, will the poster be folded like in the previous Kickstarter? Or
so we are.
is that
I'm
something?
I'm looking into what we can do about tubing the posters. Um, the poster size is going to be tentatively 11 tall by 22 wide. So it's a big square like long poster. I guess like
Wow, 11 tall and 22 wide. That's
yeah, I
huge.
guess like this kind of dimension, right? It's like twice the size of the Argent's game box. So it's not gigantic, but it will look cool. And yeah, we'll see
It's
about
still
getting
pretty
them.
big.
We're gonna see about how we can roll those logistically, but that's a question that we haven't answered with the factory yet.
Right. Somebody also asks in chat, is there a ballpark price for the deluxe tier? Can we say that right now or no?
I mean, we could say that the MSRP for the deluxe is set at well, what do I say? The MSRP for the base game is 39, and then the MSRP for base plus deluxe is 59. Whether those will translate to the final Kickstarter prices, I am not certain yet. I'm still working out the exact mathematics on it, but that's what our MSRPs are. That said, the deluxe edition is something that we are probably only going to print for Kickstarter plus a few overs for our own online store. So if deluxe is what you want, you should probably plan to get it on Kickstarter.
All right, that makes sense. Brad, I'm so sorry. I'm about to ask you something. Any updates on Seventh Cross?
So if you check out, we recently updated our project schedules on our website. So if you go to level99games.com and you scroll down to the bottom of the site from any of the pages except the landing page, you'll see our tentative project schedule. And on there, you can see where Seventh Cross is placed. So we have this project, Bullet, which is happening now. We have Exceed Season 5. We have the Millennium Blades Collusion's Fulfillment. We have another project, which is codenamed Crane. Um, that is going to be our fall project. And then after that, we hope to have Seventh Cross in winter. That's our schedule for this year. And the main reason for that is Seventh Cross is just so big that once we turn our attention to it, we're probably going to need to basically do nothing for like 3 or 4 months except Seventh Cross.
Well, we're taking
And
a step back on the project too, right? It's a little imperial-y, if I can say that.
yeah,
Right now,
we
it's a
do want to
little
make sure that
overbearing.
we make it reasonable. And some of our original ideas have been pretty grandiose. So I'm going to work to to tone that down a little bit. But long story short, we're still planning to do it. It's just a matter of getting to a point where we can focus our full attention on it because we, you know, have enough stuff queued up at press that we're not, scrambling to get other projects done. Makes sense. So
Yeah, that's
we
fair.
don't want to slip on Exceed. We don't want to slip on other games. Yeah, but
Right. And I
anyway,
think I think this is a really good direction for us to go in. Stay focused, stay on the
yeah.
stay on the straight and narrow. Kevin asks on the chat, what's the elevator pitch for why I should play Bullet? We already said it a little bit earlier on in the show. Josh, give us a shortened version of your pitch. Give us like a 2-sentence thing.
Okay, it's a shmup in a board game form. It plays in 15 minutes. You can check on TTS right now if you go to our Discord and find out
Right.
yourself.
I think
And it's variable player powers, so all the heroines have
Of
cool,
course.
unique abilities like in Exceed, BattleCon, etc. And it also plays like a puzzle game. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, play
I would say
Bullet.
one more big draw for the game is that it's simultaneous real time play. So the game is 20 minutes, no matter how many people sit at the table. You could even play 8 people Bullet simultaneously, and it would take 20 minutes to play. So it's a really great.
Right.
I would say if you wanted to get the level 99 experience, like Marco was saying, variable character powers, like huge replayability,
Yeah,
all
4
that kind of
modes.
stuff. Like
Plays
you
from
can
1
get
to
that
4.
experience in no time,
Right.
faster than
Or
ever
all
before
the time.
in Bullet.
Or and all the time, right? Like some people don't want to do the real time thing, and they can choose not
Well,
to
yeah.
because
I mean, there's always options.
flexible this game is, right? That's how
But I
flexible
guess
this game is.
the
I
point
think that's
is,
one of the biggest strengths of the game, right?
I think so. But the point is that Bullet is a great way to, oh gosh, I lost my train of thought while Marco was extolling the virtues of the game.
Well, obviously, what you were saying is that Bullet is a great way for the budding Level 99 Games fan to experience Level 99 games without having to understand so many rules or play a game that is like an hour or two long, right? 'Cause our games
That's
are
what I was saying.
kind of hefty.
It's a competitive game, but you can play it so quickly that it's easy to play again, and it doesn't feel bad when you lose because you can just jump right in for another round. So there's not a lot of sting to defeat in this game. Unlike a
Yes.
big game that takes you an hour or two to play.
That's
Right,
working as intended. I couldn't in good conscience design that I would get upset at losing. So
That's the designer talking for you.
Well, yeah. I guess to go back to George, thanks for checking in on Seventh Cross. We do have, if you're in our community, we do have some other Seventh Cross stuff you can check out. We've got another early access deck building game, which is based in the same universe. So feel free to try that if that's what you're looking for. But it's coming along. But yeah, do we have any other questions in the chat?
Yeah. Does anybody have any
coming
more
down to our last
questions?
10 minutes, so if anybody wants to ask anything, do it now or hold your peace.
Or hold your peace until next week at least. Like, don't make it sound like this is like an eternal thing. Like,
Next week
we're
might be
never doing
something.
status updates again.
Yeah, we'll
We're
do
never
status
doing
updates
status.
again, but this is your only chance to talk to Josh and Marco together.
I mean, you can always just PM us on Discord if you want.
Okay, it's not your only chance.
It's never allowed. Illegal. Yeah, Brad's declared it illegal, so this is your last chance. No, but seriously, does anybody have questions?
Yeah.
While we're waiting for more questions, let me ask both of you: who are your favorite Bullet characters? Huh?
Oh,
huh?
man.
Ones
Let's
that
ask the
aren't out
designer
yet.
himself.
Yeah.
No, Josh, stop.
Who's your favorite?
I can't talk about that because they're in an expansion.
Who's your
Josh,
favorite in
stop.
this game?
From the base game?
Yeah.
Probably, like, theme-wise, like, flavor-wise, Adelaide.
Battle Heat.
probably. I really like
Okay.
her design, or rather, I really like how she came out. I don't want to toot my own horn too much because I designed the characters. But as far as mechanics, though, I play Ice for a lot because their mechanics are really straightforward. You just get an extra card, which
Ah,
is really nice.
true
I don't have
Ryu
to. I don't have to
gameplay.
think much when I play her. Just
Mhm.
play Bullet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sweet.
This.
Brad, how about you?
I really like Rie. Um,
Everybody
yeah.
likes Rie. That's not
Because
an answer.
I mean, yeah.
Rude Yakuza girl.
I mean,
Like the
I
content.
like the mechanics. Mechanics, I like. I like Rie.
Right.
Thematically,
Right.
I think Ekelu is the coolest, but mechanics wise, I like Rie. She's
Thema-
the baseball player, and
She's the Ikaruga character.
when you have certain colors up, you can knock those bullets back to your opponent. So instead of taking damage, you can gamble on doing damage to your opponents, and that's super fun.
right. Um, ask mine. Ask mine.
Oh, what's yours, Marco?
My favorite's Youngja Kim. I love Youngja so much. She's okay. So mechanics wise, she basically plays billiards instead of playing regular bullets. She can basically push bullets off her board, and when bullets hit other bullets, they get pushed too. So they kind of chain react, and you basically just push all of your bullets out of your board instead of normal mechanics. Who needs that, right? Um, Lore theme wise, she is a hospital poltergeist in a wheelchair, which makes her super cool. She just
She's pretty spooky,
floats. Yeah, I
and
like her.
all her text is just emoticons, right? She doesn't.
Right,
Yeah,
she
all of,
doesn't
all of her
talk.
flavor text. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're just
Yeah,
emoticons.
she doesn't talk because she only does flavor text. It's
She just
really
makes
funny
spooky
and really
sounds.
cute and spooky faces.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of her
That's
quotes
really-
is like a laugh, but it's not in quotations. It's just her making a laugh motion.
so she's doing an Ojosan laugh motion, I guess.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
So we have a question from George. What is the age range for Bullet? What is it? 13 plus?
For
Brad?
for players, I mean, the game is completely safe for work. Um, I'm I'm mandated by the American Consumer Protection Agency to say 12 plus, because when you make a toy that's for younger ages, you have to do extra testing and stuff. So 12 plus is what we're putting on the box, but I mean, kids that can play modern board games will be able to play Bullet with no trouble.
Cool.
Yeah, there's not a lot of reading. Everything's
Yeah,
easy
parental
to
discretion,
grow up.
but it's not too complex for kids to play. And thematically too, we want to make sure that everything is family friendly and safe for work, etc., etc. So, we've taken care to make sure that the look and feel of the game is also age appropriate. It's got an action anime vibe to it, but yeah,
It's like Naruto. It's like the Naruto. Yes.
yeah, I'd put it in that same category with Naruto.
All right.
There's fighting and whatnot, but it's not like hyper violence or anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Yeah. Let's just run through the gauntlet of questions and then end our stream. Y'all cool with that?
Sure.
All right. Do we have an estimated delivery date, assuming all stretch goals are met? Number one, there are no stretch goals. So what's the estimated delivery date? Can we say that now?
So we are stating publicly February 2021. If all goes well, it could be sooner, but that's what we're stating to give ourselves a very conservative timeline.
All right. So have we already stated updates on Grand Chronicle? We said that we are currently still editing it. Do we have an ETA on that?
Yeah. So that should be done fairly soon. I need to check in with the printer on that because we may be using a USA printer for the book. In either case, I hope to get it done alongside BattleCon in August. So, but no hard words on that. I think I need to evaluate my press schedule first, and see where we are on the actual book layout. There could be unexpected
Completely
things.
fair.
I mean, there could be unexpected things. We don't do that many books at level 99, but from the books that we have done, my experience that books are easier and faster than any other kind of media.
All right. That's good to know. for 8-player bullet, would you mix two sets of bullets, and could there be perhaps a tier of two sets of wooden tokens for that? I don't think the game's designed to go up there.
I wouldn't recommend it. No, the bullet bag is very balanced for 4 people. Like, short answer, yes. Technically, you can play 8 people with 2 bullet bags, but it's not recommended because the color and number balance would be like really skewed.
Yes.
Like, you could end up with boards with like nothing but one color of bullet, even with the increased player count.
Really?
So,
Right.
I guess that's
Yeah.
that's
'Cause if you
fair,
just-
but
Right, because if you just added two sets of bullets together, it would make it. I mean, technically the percentages would stay the same, but now you would have 8 4s, right?
Mhm.
And having 8 4s could literally just kill one character if they get super unlucky. Like, there's a maximum limit to how unlucky you can get.
I think
But
that I
if
think it's
you-
interesting though. We have. I mean, the truth is we
It-
haven't tried it 8-player. So
I guess the real answer is just play two separate games of bullet, right? It's yeah, well, there you go. But yeah, but I think the question here is that can we order the set of wooden bullets separately from the game itself?
yes, sorry.
it's an add-on, right?
Yeah,
In the Pledge
in
Manager?
the Pledge Manager after the project, you will be able to get extras of anything that you want. So if you decide you want to
Alright.
get 2 copies of the game and 2 sets of bullets, you can totally build your 8-player bullet game.
So there you go. Monster Prom Exceed when? We might as well make a new game for Monster Prom instead of trying to put it in
yeah,
Exceed.
yeah. I think I'd want to do something original for Monster Prom rather than trying to throw them into Exceed.
Right.
But yeah, I'd love to work with Monster Prom. If you guys are out there and you're watching this show, then reach out. We're here.
Yeah, that's fair. Who's the character on the right? Okay, those are our World of Indian self inserts.
Yeah.
Personas.
So this is Josh's character in the World of Indians. So for the
Do you
Grand
know the
Chronicle,
name of John?
I don't. You have to introduce your own character,
It's Jamie, right? Or-
Jamie.
Jamie?
So yeah, Jamie is Tannis's
it's a French-
stage assistant.
Ah.
And so that doll that he has is Tanis Trelev's doll. And
Oh.
then Marco, your character.
Do you know
is,
my lore?
Macro Santos, and he can change his size.
No.
Oh,
No, stop. Stop. You guys already messed up my name on the Exceed rulebook. You're not messing it up here.
Oh my God! Is your UA that you can just your UA card is like a big sized card? It's like a tarot card.
Oh,
it's an
no.
It doesn't
arena
actually
card.
have- it has no mechanical implications. It's just a bigger card.
It's just a bigger card. It doesn't even take up more spaces or what. It's just a bigger card. No. The character's name is, I believe, Daniel De Leon.
Daniel De
he's
Leon,
the-
yeah.
Yeah, he's the dueling club instructor at Argent.
Cool. That makes sense. That
Right.
makes too
You
much
get it?
sense.
You get
Too
it? He
much
teaches
sense.
brawlers.
He guides
He teaches
them
brawlers.
in
That's the
battle.
joke.
Got it.
Yeah. Yes, he teaches brawlers. That's the joke. Okay. I really like the Art of Balacon in Dean's book. I have so thumbs up from me on quality assurance over speed of delivery. Yes, we always try to make sure everything comes out on the straight and
Grand
narrow.
Chronicle is shaping up to be really good, so I would be excited for that if you're a fan of the lore or the art of Indians.
Yeah, it's gonna be a very different kind of book because it does have real deep lore on all the storylines. So it's gonna have a lot of content
Too
that's
deep
never
lore.
right?
appeared.
It's deep lore of the book.
Yeah, it's gonna have a lot of content that's never appeared in any Indians game, which is something that's unusual for an art book.
Yeah, because usually, like, it's really cool that Indians has all of this lore that we already know that like none of the fans know because it's never been relevant to any of the games.
Yeah, but if you're looking for the thread that ties all of the games in the World of Indians series together, the Grand Chronicle will do that. It will be that thread.
Yeah. And we promise it's not just some Street Fighter Mishima Tekken story wherein a dad and a son fight over mega corporations.
Yep.
Promise. It's just not that. Yeah. All right. I'd love to keep talking with you guys, but I believe that's the end of our 30-minute time slot.
All right. Well, cool. Well, it's time to go and make some dinner and take a break. And yeah, thank you all for joining us so much. It's great. I appreciate the questions. And thanks for getting our what do you say for hearing us out and joining us. We'll be back again next Wednesday, and hopefully going to play some more Bullet and show off some more heroines. So look out for that, and we'll see you then. As usual, it's been me, your host, Brad Telton, joined by
Oh,
Josh Van Lanningham, project lead, and Macro Santos, our community manager.
oh.
And
You know
yeah,
what? You know what? You've crossed the line. This is the last straw. I am changing my name to Micro Santos. Okay.
Micros. See, I told you he can change size at will. He's like Ant
Don't
Man.
belittle yourself, Macro.
Dang it! I hate all of you. All right, everyone. Good night. Don't forget your special action, and don't forget to clear bullets.
All right, everyone, happy gaming. Thank you, World of Indians. Thank you, and good night.
Good night.
Good night.